Hi, welcome to the second coming of unbelief. If you've watched much of this channel, you know I have a severe problem with believing much of anything, or at least the way it's written in the Bible. It's quite possible that you have the same questions and the same problems with belief. But just in case, anybody's watching and still isn't quite sure, do I believe, do I not believe? If you're on the fence, I want to talk about creation. So first, and God said, let there be light, except the sun and the moon and the stars are not created until day 4. How do we mark the passage of time without a sun and a moon? Now, if you've watched other scholars such as Dan McClellan, Kip Davis, you know that the pre-Greco-Roman idea of the universe was that the world was flat and there was a sort of a crystal clear dome over the top, and the sun and stars and moon were all attached to the top of the dome. Well, we know that's not how it works now. Okay? So, but there's still the problem of how do we mark time? Day 3. You made plants, but plants need photosynthesis, and there's still no sun. That's a problem. Okay? Day 5. You finally made fish and birds. I guess that's not a big problem. Day 6, he makes animals for the land, and in chapter 1, it says he made male and female, and he saw that it was good, and the evening and the morning were the 6th day. So this would kind of fly in the face of people that say, oh, the body is evil, the spirit, your soul is good. You have to be careful so your soul will go to heaven. Well, but, and God saw that it was good. Now you were created with sinful urges. You're born with sinful urges. Well, that's not what Genesis 1 says. And so all the body shaming and the slut shaming and the whatever else shaming fly in the face of, and he saw that it was good. Moving on. Adam and Eve were the only humans, and they had sons. We never ever learn of Adam's daughters, Cain and Abel's sisters. So I'm very certain the authors didn't really think that through, because somebody has to carry the babies for 9 months. And the world fell apart, and people did what they weren't supposed to do, and God, you have to look in chapter 6, it says there were 2, or chapter 6 says 2, chapter 7 says 2 of some and 7 of others. Hey, the lions have to eat something. I don't think the authors, the writers, thought of that. And again, we know Noah was married. We know that his 3 sons were also married. But there's only so many women that go around. We never hear about the sisters, the daughters. We never hear about that. Dan McClellan points out that it has been totaled up how much water exists in the sky in the form of clouds and precipitation, and how much water exists in various underground wells and sources of water under, the oceans and rivers and all. How much water is actually on Earth. And Dan McClellan says that there's no way, if we took all the water that exists already in the land and on the land and took all the water out of the sky and added it, that there could have been a global flood. It never was. How was a flood? Sure, there was a flood. There's always a flood somewhere. But, and if this small place is your world, then the world gets destroyed. But that's not what it happened. That's not what happened. And I need to go, so thank you for watching The Second Coming of Unbelief. I'll catch you next time.